Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Today, we are back on the Mon Ultimate and we are tackling GT3s, which of course have the big new update with the new tyre model. Gonna be a bit of a challenge. I've not done too much. I did a few races earlier today on Bailey's stream. He was streaming some short hosted some sprint races. They were some good fun, and yeah, enjoyed them. Getting to learn the tire more, getting to learn it more. Um, the key thing is, the key struggle really is that after a couple of laps, even when you think, oh, you've got temperature in the tires, you don't. That is a moment when you start to think, oh yeah, you can have that confidence. No, that's the moment the car is going to bite on you. And yeah, it sure does bite. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to learn these tires, see how they feel. So yeah, I want to do something quickly. That 114, 115s. Just go do a quick fuel calc now. I forgot to check how much fuel Okay, so I want that to be at 80. Okay, so we're looking at 52 racing laps. So we are tonight. I will bring the screen up in a short moment. Qualifying will be getting underway in a minute or two. Alright, I want to see. Okay, so about 2.66, 11 laps. Right, let us... Qualifying getting started now, let's head out. There we go, light goes green and we're actually almost ready to exit pit lane. Yeah, as mentioned, cold tires a lot more difficult here. A little bit more difficult when they are stone cold, but they're really the point that they're more difficult is when they're 2 laps in and they're still not quite up to temperature, not bedded in yet. And it's not just the fronts. It's kind of when you've got the fronts, you're bringing the fronts in, but the rears aren't quite up to temp yet. That's when the tires bite you most. Very cool temperatures here in Bahrain Outer, as we're running at night time 19 degrees, track temp 26 ambient. I don't really want to damage the tire, so we'll just come back in. Tires, have to make sure you purposefully put a new tire on. But yeah, that's just how difficult it is. Evening, Gigi. Good to have you around again. So yeah, as you might have noticed in practice, or as you can kind of tell, in practice we were the quickest Mustang. But we were only P7 overall. From what I've seen, Mustang seems to be one of the weaker cars, if not the weakest of the update. That's not a good start for the session, for the Ferrari. Oh, well, guess we're going back into pit lane again. Yeah, that just shows you how I didn't put new tires on because I'm silly. Tires, new. Luckily, this is a short lap, so yeah, we're not going to have problems getting the times in. Of course, you got some people in the new cars as well. In the Lamborghini, got a couple of Lamborghinis. At least got at least one Lexus. Try and get some heat into the brakes, as that will help the tires. Luckily, we're not limited on tires. I mean, there is a limit, but we'll not reach it. We won't be changing tires in the race anyway. Tire wear isn't high enough for how long the race is. So we'll take a few laps to get the tires up to temperature. Try not to spin the car before we do get them into, well, into temperature. I say into the temperature window. In these conditions, the tires are never going to be warm enough. So we'll just gradually sort of build up to full push. Evidence of the tires still being cooled there. So get a little snap coming out of turn 2. still moving around, still sliding around on the tyre. But you'll see as we build up the temperature, build up the confidence, that the time will come to us. We had a high 14 as our fastest lap in practice. So that's what we're trying to match, of which we're nearly 2 seconds off at the moment. Another dull moment. The best exit of the final corner. Still got maybe about another second to find, I would say. Currently down in 19th. Wasn't very confident through the chicane that time. You could tell the rear was just a little hesitant. Find some time at the final corner too. Just over 5 minutes left in session. Evening, Iris. Good to see you again. Hope you're keeping well. Good rotation into the final corner. Got a good exit there. Far too warm, but good otherwise. Yeah, we're getting into another heat wave, aren't we? I think there goes that lap with that snap. Just sort of a little bit too tight through turn 2 and settled the car. Down in 16th at the moment. Yeah, the TR GT1 race I have on Saturday is going to be a tough one. Well, we have 3 more laps here. Try and bump ourselves a little further up. Find a bit of time in T1, but not a great exit. 3 turns 2 and 3. Lost a bit of time in turn 4. Needed to hold tighter through that right-hander. I have lost the time. Better run 3, turn 2 that time. So similar advantage to what we had last lap. Finding some time this lap. We'll have 1 more lap too. Just gotta get this final corner right. In a little bit deep. Lost myself by half a tenth. Bumps us up to 14th. A little too wide on the exit of 1. Put me on too tight of a line for turn 2. That's track limits. Big snap oversteer, then trying to put down the par as well. Ooh, we're 1,000th ahead of the 88 Mustang. Let's practice a pit entry. A little bit safe, but better safe than sorry. And right towards the start of pit lane, I just save fuel usage. Yeah, by 2.65% a lap. All right, let's see. Oh, there are a couple of Fords much further up. About half a second up. Yeah, maybe something in the setup there. Yeah, quite a few Lamborghinis at the top.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Alright, so what I want to do is times this by 2.65. 137.8. So what, we'll put in it by an extra 40%. Another thing, some people might miss this. You need to click on new tires for the race, otherwise you'll use your quali tires. You can see the optimal temperature for these tires is 92 degrees. I think the hottest tire, the front left, is like 75. All the other tires I don't think are even above 70, so you can see they're, you know, by on average 20 degrees, sorry, off the optimal. And just how that, you know, that doesn't mean that these cars aren't quite as grippy as you'd expect them to be, or we'd like them to be. Yeah, we're still on that. I think it'll be the right one. We'll click start, and then we will change this down to 40%. Turn the headlights on as well. So yeah, down in 14th. A lot of work to do.
Formation lap has started.
Bit of a burnout off the line. So here we are, ready for the start. Down in 14th.
Green flag, green flag.
Could get away from them down in front of us. No space left on the inside. Frame rate's struggling a little bit. And that reminds me, I need to double check my graphics settings. I won't go through and just actually... I know I made like a custom preset last stream, but I won't go through and make a couple more. Well, we're up to 13th after the carnage of lap 1. We're dropping back from the cars in front. Track them that warning, gotta try and avoid them. Another couple of cars off. Slipstream wave. as cars are fighting further in front. Mustang has a run on the Ferrari. Well, did. Mustang coming out of the pits. Can't see where the apex is. Don't pick up an unnecessary track cut. Of course, Ford in front is getting slipstream off of the McLaren. Lexus sanding it in behind. McLaren just getting ate up. Lexus, though, wasn't able to get through. Can we go chasing after the cars in front? That's the question. Definitely opened the gap up to the McLaren. Faster than the Ferrari in front. Corvette has gone for a spin. It's getting going again, right in front of the Ferrari. Mustang completely missed their braking point. It's now fighting with the McLaren behind. Went in deep, lost rear end. McLaren held off the Mustang. better with the rear end there. McLaren seems to be starting to find their form again. Closing up on us. Very even times between us and the McLaren. I can brake a little bit later through T1, I probably should be. I think the McLaren had a wobble there. Jumped back a bit. I will try and move the ABS. The default map for it. See a car coming in. Lap down car. But yeah, the default map for the ABS is understeer. And we try moving it back, moving it towards neutral. Try and get a little more turn in at turns 1, 4 in the final corner. But I'm a little bit worried about what we do at the chicane. Big snap from the rear there. McLaren's not going to be quite close enough. Both me and the McLaren having snaps of oversteer coming out of the chicane. Ferrari in front is going quicker. Mustang and Lexus behind starting to fight again. Van had a good run through the chicane. Made a good run through the final corner. Having that Lambo there really didn't help. Van ran in too deep. Lexus is now on the back of the McLaren. And has already dropped back. I just looked at the top left to see we're not even 20 minutes into the race. Glad the Lambo didn't rejoin there. Good run through the chicane that time. Like how close those times are. Real deep at first apex there. I don't think I should have turned as tightly as I did when I had 2 wheels off the ground. Ooh, now it looks like the Lexus. Yep, Lexus is passed on the McLaren. And let's see. Oh, that was a horrible line. Lexus is really stuck with us here. Pure drag race here. Looks like the Lexus has the top end on us though. Lexus ran in a little bit deep, but still has to drive off the corner. We don't even have the straight line speed. Threw it all away. Just on the throttle. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, this race ain't over. It'll be difficult to catch the cars in front, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Wide. After car parked off the circuit. Lapped Fry, probably spun it a very similar way to I did a few laps ago now. Extending the gap back to Fry behind. Seems to be a Ferrari off, I think. Far enough up in front of it. weren't able to benefit from it. Car's starting to feel understeer into that final corner. Gonna try the balanced ABS. Just to see how it feels. Yeah, I definitely don't like it for the chicane. Yeah, it is a bit better through the final corner. But I don't know if I want to risk making mistakes at the chicane for this. I'm not going to keep doing this, by the way, for the whole race. I'm just trying it out. Mustang is in. I wonder if they're trying an ulterior strategy. Maybe a tire change? Interesting. Got a couple of lapped cars in front of us. Gone to the brakes too late there. McLaren had an issue. Oh, I think the McLaren might have had to retire. Time to start thinking about fuel to the end. And for our pit stop. That Mustang having issues. Slow time for the fry behind. That's relieved us of some pressure. That was awkward. not making any inroads on those in front of us. Well, that's a snap. Another thing with I found with snaps, it's so easy to overcorrect them. To just have the car snap one way and then you correct that and it instantly snaps the other way. Aston Martin off. I'm missing its rear wing. This race is feeling so long. Nearly braked in the wrong spot. Oh, kinda did a little bit. A couple of cars behind us have already pitted. So we have 16 laps to go, so it'll be 13 laps in the next stint. Put on that. Seeing some front runners pit now. I might pit this lap. Now we'll go one more. We should be safe, like, just. We have to do a smidge left and coast, just to make it safe. Oh, we're going to have traffic in the pit lane. Oh, Fry got DT! That puts us in front of them. Ah, you don't use energy while you're in pit lane, I don't think. So now we have a 7-second gap to the Ferrari. And they're going to have to try and chase us down in the remaining 15.5 minutes. Oh, the McLaren up in front hasn't got enough virtual energy. They're either going to need to fuel save like mad or make another pit stop. Well, that's interesting. Oh, it looks like the Ferrari might have lost some time. I'll see if that's still accurate when they cross the line. Yep, seems to be. Looks like they lost some time. Down for that lap. I was very confident I was going to avoid the Ferrari because they were spinning towards the inside. I was like, oh, go outside, that's easy. It was the Chevy where I was like, I have no idea what they're doing. That was the scare and concern there. Mustang going for another spin. Oh, and the McLaren has a DT as well. So we'll get in front of them on basis of the DT. Never mind their virtual energy situation. There. McLaren had a spin. That's the last thing they need right now. We've got 2 lapped cars and then the fry that we're concerned about. That has put a little flat spot in the tyres. Just about beat out the McLaren. Fry made a mistake. Another snap there. Curse got so snappy at this stage of this race. Turning the TC up is going to slow us down a little bit, but it's going to be safer. Which is what I much rather want at this stage. Seems like the McLaren's just pushing flat out and is going to take a pit stop in a couple of laps' time. 5 minutes left in the race. First track limit we've had since towards the start. And in comes the McLaren for just 10% of energy. They've only put 10% in. They're gonna be lapped. They'll get away with it. So snappy. Yeah. Three laps to go. Next car behind us is the leader. They're 5 seconds back, so they should catch us in these 2 laps that they have remaining. Unless we have another moment, which is somewhat likely. Yes, definitely a track limit. Two laps to go. Time runs out. But as the leader is behind us, we will carry on for our final lap. And we will be the last car that will finish the race. Car thought about it again there. One final track limit, why not? Nope. That wrong button. One final spin for fun. Well, there we go. Safe time to spin at least, yeah. Yeah, struggles. Struggles. I mean, we still gained on where we qualified. Wasn't really down to our own pace. It was from others getting caught up in incidents and whatnot. I'll see. Can we... quickly go back to the start of this race. Let's see what happened here. Because we were like 4 wide. I play this in... never mind. But yeah, that 4 wide was certainly interesting. So it was... yeah, tough race. Yeah, this tire model, I'm not getting along with it very well, I must admit. Yeah, it's going to take some more getting used to on my behalf. Probably some new wheel settings, force feedback settings, just to get a better feeling of the force feedback, because, yeah, yeah, not obviously that is not, it's not our worst result of the season. That's still Sebring when we had a horrible round, but it is our worst result since. You know, it's sort of similar to Monza, where the Ford really struggled. So yeah. Yeah, hopefully the Ford isn't too bad. The remaining tracks we have Imola next week, and then the Mon for the final week, which is going to be a tough one. I've already done a race around them on in the Mustang, and I wouldn't say it was very fun. It was struggles. Let's just put it that way. It was struggles. But yeah, interesting. We'll finish off, as we always do, with a bit of Art of Rally. We'll run the weekly event today as well. But yeah, some spins. The car just snaps out from under you so easily, and it's like when you go to correct it, there's a good chance that it just snaps back the other way, and it's a bit frustrating, but I know it is what it is. We'll just have to make do. Finished 23rd yesterday in our rally, top 5%. That's good going. Let's see, we can do Group 4 car this time at Sardinia for a 7.6 kilometer gravel stage. What have we got? Names not coming to me. I can feel the car getting slightly unsettled on some of the bumps. Oh, a good traction away from that slow right-hander. Alpine, yeah, I definitely get Alpine vibes from it. Only Alpine rally car I know of, though, is the A110. A310. Interesting. Quite fun to drive here. Until I put it into rock. Very well balanced, though I do notice the bumps more with this car. Oh, shame by hitting the rock. But 32nd, top 10%. That's not too bad with the mistake hitting the rock. Not too bad. Could have been worse. Let's have a look at the weekly event as well then. We got 37th by the end of last week, top 5%. Let's see what we can do this week. Group B at Kenya, starting off with a shortish 5.6 kilometer dirt stage. Oh, we've got the Audi Quattro with the body kit. It's gonna have all of the turbo lag. Yeah, it really doesn't need any introductions. Not when it has this iconic body kit on it. with the wheel arches and the wing. First stage finished 2:12.0. 21st. Okay, good start. Good start. Now I've got a 10.8 kilometer stage, nearly twice as long. Oh, that's a bad line. Well, I can guarantee you we won't be sitting in 21st at the end of this stage. We need like a perfect stage from here to have a chance at 20th. That definitely wasn't perfect. Some of these Kenya stages can be difficult because they require a lot of commitment to corners you can't fully see. A little too tight there on the inside. Yeah, it's a bit of a deceptive corner there at the end. 4-minute stage, not the greatest. We fell to 26th. Could be worse. So yeah, we'll take that. Right, repairs. Just clean the car as usual. Now we have short 4.4 kilometer stage here. This is a very high committed stage if I'm remembering it correctly. Oh, come on, game. That's so frustrating. Bad bounce off the landing, so couldn't get the car slowed down nor turned into the right-hander, and just wide enough to clip the, whatchamacallit, the reset. Which loses us so much time because that's a high-speed section. You know, you go from doing 100 odd kilometers an hour to doing 0, plus the loading time, plus the 5-second penalty. Not a great final corner. Yeah, and such a short stage that, especially in these high-spec cars that have a loaded grip, there isn't many other places to make time up. So yeah, I fell down to 35th. Now we have 9.5 kilometers to try and make up some time, and it's in the rain as well. Gonna be a bit slippery. Bit of a cut there. Giving us away with it. Indeed. Nearly clipped the guardrail there with the rear end. Run to the finish now. 303.3. Back up to 30th. Okay, we made up some places there. But yeah, that reset. That reset was very frustrating. So it was. I mean, I didn't feel like it was my fault, that the car bounced the way it did. Just unfortunate art of rally bounces that you get sometimes. But yeah, at least we made some places up. Yeah, not bad end to the stage, final stage, and yeah, um, two mistakes. Would it could have been a very good result, I think, there if I did make those two mistakes with the rock in the first stage, and or sorry, not no, the rock was in the daily stage. Sorry, yeah, with like um the bad landing. I thought there was another mistake in like the second stage. Um, oh yeah, there was the spin. Yeah, with like I'd say maybe 15 seconds in it. Yeah, so quite a bit of time left on the table for mistakes, which is a little bit annoying, but oh well. I mean, and then even more time left on the table if we go back to the GT3 race. What, 3 spins, 3 or 4? Yeah, um, tough race. The new tire model, it's difficult, difficult to say the least when you're on cool tires. They do take longer to warm up, and they are a bit more sensitive. You do have to be more careful on them. Um, which I don't mind. I don't mind that bit. Then it's but still later in the stint, or maybe it might have just been the track conditions in that race that just meant that the tires, yeah, were just a bit too cool in circumstances, and yeah, didn't grip up and caught you out, especially as they worn out. That could be a possibility. We'll have to see how we go around Imola next week. Yeah. Hopefully the Mustang doesn't feel too bad. Whether it'll be quick or not is another question. Doesn't seem like it is that quick. When you consider, yeah, apart from Monza, Mustang's generally been a strong car at all of the tracks this season. Ooh, it wasn't very certainly didn't look strong tonight, but yeah, we'll have to see how it goes at Imola and then Le Mans. Hopefully, we can survive. It was a struggle in that sort of practice race I did on Wednesday, but yeah, oh well. So yeah, other than that, we'll have a dirt rally. Um, we'll have a dirt rally event coming up soon. Let me just see. That runs to the 25th. So I'll be running that in about the next weekend, but still haven't decided on a time for that. Might be this week, might not be. We'll see how it goes. And then on Saturday, we have, Saturday, we have the continuation of we have another second GT1 race, second final GT1 race, this time 2 hours racing around Okayama. What lovely little circuit Okayama is. Yeah, another circuit that's maybe a little bit small for the GT1 cars, but yeah, should still be quite interesting. I look forward to seeing how that turns out. And then, of course, on Sunday as well next week, before Imola on Monday, we return with the 100 series, which is going to be at Monza this week with the chicane, the normal Monza layout. First time I'm racing it on the Mon Ultimate, so yeah, curious to see how it races. Should be interesting. Hopefully, we'll go a little better than we did yesterday at Qatar. In the Porsche was our weakest result yesterday yesterday of the season. Not quite today, but certainly one of our weakest. Our weakest since the opening round, and that was with a few people making mistakes and sort of giving us free places. A couple of which, although I suppose we did also give away a couple of free places as well. Though we did also gain free places from the T1 instance, so it goes in roundabouts. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes on Sunday. But yeah, until then, that's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you, Iris. Thank you, Kiki, for popping in and chatting. Thank you as well to anyone else who is lurking throughout stream or is watching the VOD back afterwards. You're all appreciated. Hopefully, you all enjoyed the race, even if it was a little bit difficult. Did have a good battle in the middle portion when we were trying to fight off the Lexus and McLaren. That's a good wee battle. Shame it ended the way it did, but yeah, it was a good battle. Nevertheless, but yeah, hopefully I'll see you all for next weekend for the GT1 race and the continuation of our Le Mans Ultimate Series. But yeah, until then, take care, have a wonderful rest of your weeks, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.